In this video, you will learn why you don't use your full potential, why this causes the most of all your sufferings, and if you stay to the end, you will learn what you can do to stop this suffering and to find your whole potential. Welcome to this video. It is said that we just use less than 4% of our full potential. It's very less, because when you consider over 96% is not used, it is wasted. At the same time, it is also said that what we are aware about, what is conscious for us, for our human consciousness, is just less than 4 or 5%. And the same thing, they say unconscious areas are 95%. I will come to that later. Let's go first to the potential topic. What are reasons for why you don't use your full potential? There are everyday reasons. You right now hold one reason in your hand. Social media is one reason. But not this video is a reason why you don't. This video will help you for your potential, but there's lots of other useless stuff which you can get from the internet, which will not help you for increasing your whole potential. So besides social media, there's also lots of other digital stuff which blocks that you are not able to reach your whole potential. But there were other reasons too. They were already given through your upbringing and education, because every person which was involved in your upbringing and education didn't take care about that you reach your full potential. But they are not guilty for that. So you can't go to your mother and say, what have you done? I can't reach my full potential. It's your guilt. You are guilty. No, it's given in the whole society. So your mother and other educators, your teachers, whatever, haven't known it better. They are also educated the way they are. They are also educated to just be a small part of the whole system and work in the system and do a function and function good in the system, as long as they don't get a burnout. So they are educated to work here to take their function and not to develop and to find their own full potential. There are some people which find their potential, for example, that are the big personalities. They're real big, not just personalities. They are just rich but don't behave really good for the mankind. For example, dictators. I mean, really great people like Nelson Mandela, or like Mahatma Ghandi, or like Mother Teresa. They really did good things. They reached their potential. And they didn't reach it through education or through what people have said to them, and from people they wanted them to be like whatever. Life formed them, and they made their heart open to what happened to them. For example, when Nelson Mandela was in prison, he accepted it and he used his time and considered lots of stuff and read the Bible and developed his personality. But I don't want to say that when you now read the Bible that you can develop your full potential. This is tricky, because when you take the Bible and you don't know how to interpret it in the right way, it can become a very wrong way. For example, you can see some creepy Christian societies. So it is not just take one special book and everything is done and you can develop your full potential. No, you must look in yourself. But first of all, I want to make clear why social media and the society with its upbringing and education style made you suffering. Because in all those society institutions, like schools and whatever, they educated you and let you know what you have to be, who you have to be, what you must have, and even how you have to behave, and what you have to think. And this is why you suffer. On an unconscious level, you more often suffer than you believe. Your soul suffers because you are not on the way to find your true self. You are just a figure which is made by the whole society. And this is clear. This is not, like I said before, it has nothing to do with any religion, or it has nothing to do with any esoteric thing, with self-finding stuff from New Age, whatever. It is a very natural thing. The point is that you have to find your own true self. So ask yourself, who am I? Who am I really? Who have I been before they educated me in a way they wanted me to have? Now let's go deeper into that topic with the unconscious. The unconscious is a construct which is founded by Sigmund Freud. It is also named as the unconscious from earlier philosophers. Not too early, just a little time before Sigmund Freud became famous. But a very interesting point at Sigmund Freud is that what we think, what consciousness is not the whole consciousness. So Freud also said that the I, the ego, the thing which is most of the time present in our life, which is the thinker, the mind in us, is, so you can see the whole mind is occupied by the ego. It's a big problem, but for here it is enough to know from Sigmund Freud that the ego and what you call mind, the whole thinking, is not absolutely conscious. We believe that our thinking function is most conscious all the time, but it isn't. It is very often on kind of an autopilot. We just think that our superego, that part in us, what always is saying blah blah, you're not good enough, and like a strict upbringer or a strict teacher or a strict mother, whatever, this is said also as unconscious. And the part of us which says, I'm hungry, I want to have a partner, and I want, which is responsible for bodily needs. This is very unconscious, and most people think this is just the unconscious, this it and this superego, which also is disturbing our thinking process and our I, our actual ego. But the actual ego also is not always full conscious. The ego is just human consciousness. And a student of Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, found that in the unconscious regions we don't have access to most of the time. In these regions there is also holy stuff, and what we call from religion holy, but we normally don't want to have to do something with that because we believe we are not good enough and holy things are for very special people and so. But we go out of the unconscious. I must explain it on another level. Let's go to the human consciousness, to the mind, to the thinker. It is a higher consciousness existing too. The higher consciousness we can reach, for example, through meditation, and it is supported through fasting, through extreme sports, whatever. There are several aspects. It is not part of this video right now. The point is, we must reach higher consciousness. With our human consciousness, we are just using this maximum for percentage of our potential, because the problem is the thinker believes that's all, and the thinker and our whole society believes that thinking is our highest function and the biggest thing humans have. Yes, it is big. It is not bad. It is, when you compare it with animals or with plants, it is an advantage, yes. But when you see how many people suffer from their own thoughts, how many people get depression or other mental illnesses just from overthinking, so there must be something which can keep us from that. And the only way to find out from overthinking is meditating and reaching higher consciousness. And from higher consciousness, we learn how to handle our human consciousness. We get more control over the thinker in us, over the ego which has occupied the mind. Because when you are in a higher consciousness, you become an observer of your ego and you can better steer it, like steering a car. The only thing to reach your 100% potential, your full potential, is to find higher consciousness. And paradoxically, that is also hidden in what Carl Jung said is unconscious, but it is higher consciousness. For us, from our human consciousness, it seems like unconscious. That was the mistake in Carl Jung's lectures. It is higher, but for us it looks like suppressed and deeper. But when you reach it the very first time, you will see that it is has nothing to do with unconscious. But from our human perspective, Carl Jung is right. It is something when you have never reached higher consciousness. Of course, it seems to be like something unconscious and like something holy or something we don't want to touch. It is something strange for us. So in this point, he's right. But you must make this unconscious, this very, very deep and very hard to reach unconscious areas where you find one's higher consciousness, and when you make it free, you will see that it overrises the human consciousness and it will bring you the most peaceful time you have ever had. It will bring you bliss. It will bring you harmony with yourself, with your soul, with you. You will be in full content with yourself and at the end also with others. And when you found higher consciousness, you can reach your full 100% potential. If you want to know more about consciousness, I also linked a video from a guy who makes it absolutely clear and who is working on establish consciousness as a subject in educational institutions. And I think this is a very important thing. So check out this video down below in the video description. I hope you enjoyed this video right now. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.